Hello. My name is Jo Blackwood. This is my Patreon account. Yeah, my voice is a bit wobbly there. Maybe I'm overwhelmed. Yeah, so this is my first sort of account to put online for the viewers, and to also make some cash, make some cash in a passive way while I'm sharing my creativity, not just for the money side of things, but also for the business side of things, for my own sort of well-being. I'm going to be learning quite a lot, and just to sort of present my work in a new, unique way to me. So yeah, and I recently, I'll just tell you a bit of a backstory before I share some poetry. I'm also going to be sharing other things as well. I would like to share my photographs and my cards that I will be that you will be able to purchase as well. So things like that. So, gradually I'm going to be setting it up and sort of smoothing and refining it as I go along. So yeah, this started off as me saying out aloud to myself, to the universe, sort of, I wanted to make, and I've also made a note for my vision board, I wanted to make some money without doing anything. And so I knew it was passive, having a passive income. And the idea was, for that passive income was put to me about 18 months ago, and I put something online, if you want to donate. I think that was PayPal. So thank you, Hannah, for that. But recently, in the last sort of 6 weeks, I had an opportunity to let's just say to do something more creatively, and yeah, and I would say I think the universe heard me. But a friend of mine, when I told her the whole story, a friend of mine said, yeah, set up a Patreon account, because the actual passive income side of it just really appeals to me. I think I want to take things more easily, especially if I'm doing all different things artistically as well. So it's about leveraging my time and my energy and my efforts in a way that's more beneficial to me, and yeah, more beneficial to me, and I'm sure others will benefit from that as well. But yeah, it's sort of yeah, putting myself at the head of the queue. So it needs, yeah, no. So this, I'm gonna just, so that's my intro. I just want to do everything that I can possibly do here for my legacy. I think definitely needs tuning up. We won't go into that right now. I'm doing it a raw style. So this poem is called Fill Me Up With That Food. And I've written this based on having a walk in the park and just not really enjoying it, and setting off feeling and then just go home quickly. So I sort of came home. On the way home, I still followed my route, and I saw this woman, and basically I felt like I wanted to make the time that I already had outdoors count. So I thought, this thought just came to me, right, I'm going to smile at her regardless. I'm going to smile at her, and I'm going to get some eye contact, and it's going to work out. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. And yeah, more or less that's exactly what happened. As she was coming towards me, it looked like she was on a walk as well. She was coming towards me, and I remember her eyes were on the ground, and I thought, she's not going to look up. And I can completely understand that, because yeah, I'm like that as well. Yeah, so I find that difficult sometimes to be going for a walk and be social at the same time. I just need to clear my head and just take it like to the extreme. But so I can tend to be, I used to be tend to be quite quiet, but yeah, I'm just more open and more comfortable. So as the time goes on, generally, not every day, not every time. So, and she did look up, this woman did look up, and it was just beautiful moment. And I was already looking at her and smiling anyway, which is something that I've experienced with other people. They be looking at me and smiling regardless. It's almost like regardless of whether you look up or not. And I've looked up and it's just made those moments extra special. I've just received some posts. We're keeping it live, and there's some gardening happening outside as well. Happening outside, we're keeping it live. So yeah, there was just this moment, and as soon as she passed, I thought I'm gonna make a rhyme out of that. I'm gonna do some poetry. So, and that's what exactly happened. I think that was 2019. So fill me up with that food. I used to say a lot of my poetry had references to food, and this definitely does have that. I started to gear off it, but yeah, I think there's a lot of my poetry. I would say the majority, I would say between 70-80% now has food in it. So maybe this is the epitome of what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's not about food, maybe it's filling myself up with something else. Fill me up with that food. I'm gonna do it again. Right, so I'm doing this again. I just went through it and I recorded it and went, no, I don't like it. Because I felt like I needed to explain where this poem came from. Yes, it was because I had eye contact with a passerby while we were out walking, and it just made the whole experience really rich. And I think this is how it felt to me. I'll give you a line. It felt like the dripping faucet of vanilla liquid down chin. It felt like that stretchy, cheesy, doughy slice. That experience was very nourishing and comfortable. It's like comfort food. It was like comfort food experiences. That's what it was like. So that's why I start most of the lines with "it was like," and then the end line was quite nice as well. Fill me up with that food. It was like a pillowed memory foam. It was like a pillowed memory foam sandwich. It was like a dripping faucet. It was like the dripping faucet of vanilla liquid down chin. It was like that stretchy, cheesy, doughy slice. It was like that stretchy, cheesy, doughy slice of time. It was like sharing childhood play on tire swing. It felt like sugared lips, donut devouring. It was like solid brick. It felt like that satisfying sliver of layered brick cake licked. It was like a love potion jellifying the knees. It was like a portion of seasoning upon banqueted feast, gratitude received. It felt like a tall glass of water on a summer's day. It was like a kiss amidst the drought of a lover's delay. It felt like salted, crisp chip contentment. It felt like the one you wanted to snuggle up with the most. It felt like reminiscing on school trips, playground rides, mornings with buttered toast. It felt like a bowl of soup nudging out cold days. It felt like the segment of 85% cocoa solidifying the space, because in that split second of her looking away, disconnecting her interest with the ground, where Bug's life's memorizing script goes round and round and round, the moment of time of, I'm just going to pen this into a rhyme, as her eyes met mine in acknowledgement. It was a simple gift. It could have been a packet of biscuits, but it felt more like a friend accepting that offered packet of mints. It was like it felt like a toss of water on a summer's day. It felt like a kiss amidst the drought of a lover's delay. It felt like salted, crisp chip contentment. It was like the one you wanted to snuggle up with the most, and it felt like reminiscing on school trips and mornings with buttered toast. It was like the bowl of soup nudging out cold days. It felt like that segment of 85% cocoa solidifying the space. In that split second of her disconnecting her interest with the ground where Bugs Life's script goes round and around and around. The moment of time of, I'm just going to pen this into a rhyme. As her eyes met mine, it was just a simple gift. Could have been a packet of biscuits, but it felt more like a friend accepting an offered packet of mints. Thank you. Have you ever had that when somebody offers you a mint? You just think, oh, thank you very much. Polos. I remember polos. I used to love polos back in school. So I hope you've enjoyed that. There will be more opportunities for discussion and comments, maybe even a blog, written form. I'd like to do that, go back to doing that. Yeah, so there's going to be more. I've got movie reviews coming out, but that's on Instagram. Yeah. So thank you very much for listening and watching and commenting and enjoying. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, thank you. Bye for now.